Yo, it's your boy Coinstock, back at it again, stuffing these duffel bags and collecting that cheddar. Before I begin, please, 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 don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just a friend trying to educate you. Oh boy, brothers. Now, there is going to be a critical vote for Mad Meerkat Optimizer. The MMF team just dropped some news, and just to make the long story short, the max supply may be no more. Now, you can wait till the end of the video so we can read through it together and give kind of my thoughts on it. But all in all, let's just look at it. So it's actually reached like an all-time high of $13.05, 15.6% on the green. This is what the max supply is. Probably won't be that anymore. Who knows? We'll see. The circulating supply, total supply, market cap 48 million. I think that's more than Auto Farm, I do believe, but don't quote me on it though. All right, so let's just look at the 24-hour chart. So boom shakalaka, hit that all-time high. Actually, the all-time high was 13 minutes ago with $13.54. And let's look at the max. And that's not a blip on the map right there. Look at that. Look at that. Juicy, juicy, juicy. All right, and then let's look at Cronos Scan. So that's the total supply right now. All the tokens kind of in existence, exchanging, blah, 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 yada, yada. And there's 5,258 addresses, right? Okay, and I seem to have MadMeerkat Finance up. Don't know why. Okay. Oh, never mind. Well, here's the website for you. All right, and let me show you some things I saw on Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's Real Coinstock on Twitter. I mean, I just kind of just like made it. Go ahead and follow me. I'm going to show you some stuff on Twitter. I retweeted this SVN from Launchpad. It was sent back for METF, so we got 500,000 USD in liquidity, so that's not bad. But all right, now a good source on Twitter, other than me following, is Cronos News, right? And I'd suggest following them. They give like some insight on the statistics and stuff that's happening in Cronos or compared to other chains too. Definitely look at it, but there's some I want to show you real quick. First of all, total addresses growth of top EVM blockchain in Q1 2022. So Ethereum virtual machine chains, which you could port your project from, let's say like Avalanche, you could port it to Cronos or go to Ethereum. They all basically just work on Solidity. And boom shakalaka, look at Cronos, 97.14% in Q1 of addresses compared to Phantom's performance, Avalanche, Arbitrum, blah, 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 yada, yada. You get the point. That's pretty good. That's pretty neat, right? And then top dexes by trading volume in the last 24 hours. We flipped PancakeSwap. PancakeSwap, BuySwap, SushiSwap, you name it. Guess what? Boom shakalaka. $546.46 million in trading volume in the last 24 hours. Pretty sweet. That means, like, you know, we're running with the big boys. We're running with the gang. All right. But now let's look at this critical governance vote. Right now, it's super duper critical, but we're going to look through it together. All right, so let me see if, yeah, so first ever governance proposal for MMO. We require your quorum to bring MMO to the next level. Now, I made a video the other day talking about how the max supply correlates with the fees that we garner from the auto compounding vote. If you want to watch that video, boom, it'll be at the top right corner, or the links in the description. I'd heavily look at it so you get like some informed sense. Of course, always do your own research, but you get some informed sense of how critical this max supply is. But the dev team, I don't know, we'll see. It's making me queasy. All right, so hi bro, it is fast approaching 4 months since the inception of the Mad Meerkat optimizer, and has been close to 3 months since the last tokenomics upgrade for the MMO token. In the previous update, the following was added as upgrades to the MMO token: a 5 million max supply, which everybody loves a max supply, plans of converting MMO utility. Okay, first of all, everybody loves a max supply token. Like, there's a cap, there's a supply cap. The less there is, the better, right? Especially if there's a lot of utility for the token. That's the thing though, you know, there needs to be a max supply. We've seen countless unlimited supply tokens, especially yield optimizers, that just didn't pan out, like Bunny Finance. Bunny Finance had an unlimited max supply, and guess what? You don't hear about it anymore. Another one is Adamant Finance. They didn't have an max supply. They had an unlimited supply, And look where that turned out. That definitely crashed and burned. I've also done a video on that, and it's crashed and burned. So, I mean, don't let me like just go off the wall and like you don't come to your own conclusion. Always come to your own conclusion. But this unlimited supply for me does not work, right? It just doesn't work. This a 5 million max supply. They talk about it later, so I'm gonna tell you now. This max supply, I think that's where like people are bringing in a good chunk of their money is knowing that there's a max supply, knowing that can keep growing and growing with the mechanic of the fee structure, garnering more fees and the APY on that, and that's adding buy pressure to the token. But an unlimited supply, you just don't know. I could totally see, I'm not a financial advisor or anything, but I could totally see people taking out their capital because there's an unlimited supply, just an unknown amount. So look, today we have locked over 740 million USD in TVL on MMO, and MMO is starting to become a behemoth in the yield optimizing / compounding scene, and they should footnote that on Cronos chain. It's like there's other yield optimizers that spread out to other chains, right? And they're garnering more capital, but MMO is big on Cronos chain thus far. But let's continue. With MMO's tokenomics of collecting 30% of performance fees from the compounding services, we have grown the amount of fees collected from $1 million USD to 12.8 mil USD in a short span of 4 months. The best part, the fees are collected and locked as MMO-Crow liquidity owned by the protocol, which allows the MMO token to reduce trading volatility. These fees are eventually distributed back to MMO holders when they stake in the MMO Crow pool. Now, here's the thing though, like it grew to this because we knew that there was a 5 million max supply, that there wasn't an unlimited amount of supply. We don't even know, well, we could do the math, but we don't even know like the emission in the span of years. And plus that could change as well because of these government proposals. But I digress. Let's go further. That said, hold on. That said, our team has been approached by many prolific developers who have intentions to build out an MMO ecosystem, seeing as the MMO protocol is now really strong. With an ecosystem being successfully built up for the MMO token, we should expect to see huge upside for the loyal MMO holders who have believed in the token all along. Okay, that's a lot of, word vomit, in my humble opinion. A bunch of word vomit. I mean, it's great that there's prolific developers, but, there were, like, trusted developers with Serval Finance. And I'll get into that when we read more. All right, so this is all fine and dandy. The catch, with the implementation of our previous tokenomics upgrade, we have converted the MMO token into a fully deflationary token. This makes it difficult for other projects to build on MMO when there's no more supply expansion to accommodate further growth. Hence, this is why our team will now issue out a governance proposal for MMO to allow all MMO holders to place a vote on the future of MMO. I'm already going to tell you, you already know where I'm going to be at. No, freaking no. Right? Because look, it's all well and good. It's all well and good that developers want to build on the MMO token, and sure, maybe it's difficult, but if it's too difficult for you in the ecosystem, I'm sorry, bounce out. We love the max supply, right? That's what, gosh, it's freaking me out, man. Right? So we propose to remove the max supply cap of the MMO token and to kickstart liquidity mining incentives. So this means that we will lift the max supply cap for the MMO token such that the token will now adopt an unlimited supply. Note that the MMO token is semi-deflationary, okay, in nature, where the higher the price of the token, the lesser tokens that are minted out. Coupling a semi-deflationary nature with auto liquidity acquisition, 12.8 mil lock so far, has helped MMO to hit a 3 times on its original launch price of $4, and now it's at $13. Now, man, I don't even know where to begin. Okay, like, we get it. It's semi-deflationary. If the price keeps going up, the emissions go down, right? But what happens if the supply cap, supply cap governance, where there's an unlimited supply, everybody's pulling their money out because, quite frankly, and I can't be mad at them, they're pissed. They are extremely pissed, right? And then let's say that the supply cap is, unlimited supply cap is implemented, and people are actually taking out their capital. Would that just pump up the supply, like the emissions? It's just crazy to me. This is just nuts. And then is there any more? Oh yeah, previously MMO was weak with less than 50 million USD TVL and hence could not collect sufficient fees to create a rising price floor. With 750 million USD TVL thanks to max supply, in my humble opinion, and more to come, MMO supply expansion is not a huge issue at all. Some trusted developers have approached us for launchpad projects to enrich MMO ecosystem. We require this government proposal to be passed in order to make a MMO ecosystem a reality. So, okay, maybe the dev team, they could see way past me. They definitely can. However, I just can't see where max supply needs to be unlimited so that these other devs could just do all willy-nilly, because we've seen with Circle Finance, it crashed and burned. There was a bad actor, Dark Horse, that just minted their own token, so that would, it could weaken MMO ecosystems token, especially with an unlimited supply. There's bad actors out there. Now, of course, there's the Rug Doc partnership, right? But I'm telling you, let's see. Let's read this one more time. Some trusted developers has approached us for launchpad projects to enrich MMO ecosystem. Look, the devs on Serval were trusted devs, right? But I don't know, man. Like unlimited supply, seen it before, seen projects crash and burn. Things with max supply, such as Beefy or Auto Farm, boom shakalaka, look at them. They're expanding into other chains. People know that they have a max supply. They also got buying pressure with the fees garnering on their platforms. Like, they're doing great, and Beefy, it has what, 10,000 max supply or 100,000 max supply, and it's doing great. But I just can't, in the foreseeable future, anything where we have to lift the max supply. That's just me. But I just had to talk to you guys about that. Other than that, I don't know. When the snapshot at the 10th of April, 10 a.m. UTC, I'm voting no. Absolutely. So all MMO and MMO LP in wallets staked in dividend pool and an LP farm. So be sure for that. The options are yes, I support the lifting of max supply and implement liquidity mining incentives. No, it's more like I support the unlimited supply and implement liquidity mining incentives. And 2, no, I do not support the lifting of max supply. I just want to get this video out to show you guys that they're doing, something kind of funky with MMO. I just can't see why we should lift the max supply, the 5 million max supply, but what do I know anyway? I'm just keeping you up to date on the down low, but I guess I'll see you guys later.